contains essentials such as flour, bread, tomato puree, oil. They get different spices as well, salt, pepper, even like cinnamon. You get lentils, you get different vegetables, meats, dates, tea, dried lemons, and not forgetting rice. Take advantage of this blessed month and help destitute and impoverished families. You can pay via bank transfer, PayPal, or visit us at www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Give the gift of a healthy meal to a family in need by donating to our Food Basket campaign.
No one really has gone through that experience and was able to report back what they felt on a sensory level.
The believer will see their place and their position in Jannah, and they will see that what they're leaving behind in this dunya, in this lower dunya, is nothing compared to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will promise them and will give them in the afterlife.
If I do any good deed and gift it to the soul of a mahroom, Allah Azza wa Jal will send the thawab to the grave of that individual.
Embark on a journey through the timeless wisdom of the Holy Quran, exploring its profound impact on our daily lives. Welcome to Her Thoughts on Imam Hussein TV, where exclusive discussions inspired by the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam await.
Dive into the complexities faced by women today, from challenges in inter-community marriages to the growing concerns of mental health. Join us in these empowering conversations as we draw inspiration from the Ahlul Bayt.
In the midst of contemporary struggles, we highlight the significance of self-control. Tune in for insights into spirituality, resilience, and societal support as we explore diverse topics.
Welcome to Her Thoughts. Here in Imam Hussein. Today we're talking about this very important topic.
Don't miss the opportunity to be part of this enriching series, offering exclusive perspectives that shape your understanding. Join us for Her Thoughts on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Ahkam SOS, the show that discusses Islamic duties and practices. Now, this is a live show. We do take in all your questions. If you have any question you'd like to ask, please send them in via the WhatsApp number. It's right there below. You can scan the QR code there in the corner. That'll take you straight to the WhatsApp page. If you're watching on Facebook Live or you're watching on YouTube, you can ask your questions in the comment section, and inshallah the technical team will send them over to me. Can I confirm with the technical team that the WhatsApp is working, everything is fine? They have confirmed that everything is working. And if you'd like to call in 0203-515-0199, alternatively call the WhatsApp number. And that is the best and quickest way to get your questions answered. I'm your host, Mohsin Shah, and joining me is Sheikh Ali Ma'a. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are we doing this evening, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah, taqabbalallahu a'malakum.
Minna minkum, inshallah. Sheikhna, I believe today was the 11th fast that we've done.
Inshallah.
And the way we're coming close to, some celebrations, and also we're coming close to the istishhad of Amir al-Mu'mineen and so forth. But now we kind of we've got the hang of fasting, we're in our routines, and we're kind of getting used to not eating in the daytime and so forth. Sheikhna, when we are adjusted to the fasting period, what do you recommend for us to continue doing? Do we continue to do amal, dua? Should we try and make the fast harder and eat less? Or there's no need for that, just keep doing what we're doing and enjoy the experience?
I think one should take the opportunity to basically, as you mentioned, do a'mal as much as we can in terms of the ad'iyah. It's the month of dua and supplication. It's the month of the Holy Quran. So let's take this opportunity. If we can't, for any reason, recite ad'iyah and Holy Quran in the past 11 months, I think this month we have to invest some time for the recitation of Holy Quran and the supplication of the ad'iyah. So it's important that we spend some time for this purpose, especially at the nights, just before the Fajr, that we take this opportunity, inshallah, to make as much as we can. We get rewards and credits, inshallah, for the akhirah.
Inshallah. Anything you want to say before we begin?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. Every Friday the mu'mineen and mu'minat would recite dua and nutbah in the mornings of the Fridays. So and dua and nutbah is very famous. There's a part of the dua where we say to the Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh, Mata tarana wa narak. When shall we meet you and you meet us? So we hope that inshallah the reappearance and of the dhuhr would be very soon inshallah. We have to ask Allah Azza wa Jal in this holy month لتعجيل الفرج of the Mawla Imam al-Zaman Ajallah Farajahu al-Sharif wa nahnu ma'ah inshallah.
Inshallah. Just a quick reminder to the viewers that this is a live show. We do take in all of your questions. If you have a question on any topic whatsoever, it could be traveling, it could be fasting, it could be siyam, sawm, salah, it could be even migrating to another country, it could be food, drink, business, marriage, whatever you could think of, how to pray on the moon. Send in your questions via the WhatsApp number right there. Scan the QR code in the corner. Send in your questions. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know where you're asking from. Totally anonymous. Send in your questions. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, you can put your questions there also in the comment section. If you want to call in 0203 515 0199, and that will put you to the studio. If you're outside the UK, just use the WhatsApp number. Sheikh, I have a couple of questions. With your permission, can we begin? From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Why can't men wear gold?
Well, you see, when we submit to this great religion of Allah Azza wa Jal, because Islam means taslim, means submission, there are rulings in which we have to follow and abide with. Similar to what we see today in the world. Traffic system rulings, you can't drive specific speed in some of the streets, and so forth. You have to respect some of these, or all of these, man-made rulings in some cases, to do with the traffic, for example, without questioning the police or the authorities with this regard. So the same applies to Islam, that some of the ahkam, we haven't reached that knowledge or ability to understand them, the wisdom behind it. For example, why should we wake up in the middle of the night, dawn time, the weather is very cold, it's dark, and we have to perform wudu and 2 rak'ah salah? We could have done it just before we leave for work, 8, 7 o'clock in the morning, for example. So these are Allah's Azza wa Jalla rulings. We have to respect it. Even if somebody comes with a scientific theory or conclusion that if you, as a male, wear gold, there are such and such side effects. At the end of the day, we have to respect and obey Allah's rulings, be it with the wajib or the haram.
Furthermore, to add to that, Sheikh, there's some things that are considered suitable for female but not for males. For example, makeup. It is not suitable for a man to wear makeup. It is not suitable for a man to wear a dress or a skirt or high heels. There's silk is another one, which it is more. These they kind of enhance the female energy in you, and they're not really for males. Same with gold. Gold is more suited to females. Secondly, I think in men it releases poisons or something like that. There's a scientific reasoning behind also why men should not wear gold. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I want to know, by wearing a t-shirt, sometimes there's a picture of an animal on it. Is it permissible to wear and pray with this t-shirt on?
I mean, what ulama are saying overall, that if you pray in a room that there's a picture of a being with soul, be it animal or human being, of course, is discouraged makruh to pray. So it wouldn't make your salah batil and void. But it's just makruh, in other words.
So to have a t-shirt with an image on it of an animal,
I mean,
or a
the
person.
image is in the, I mean, it's visible. It's not like
So
covered.
it's makruh.
So it's better to change the t-shirt with something else. Yeah.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. We normally break our fast with a date and water whilst adhan is on, and then read our Maghrib Salah once adhan finishes. Is this correct?
I mean, if you have the accurate, correct timetable, then you can rely on it. Although the ulama would say, give it at least like a few seconds or minutes, 1 or 2 minutes after the adhan, and then you open your fast. But anyhow, you can rely on these current timetables, and by the time the adhan is called, you can open your fast and pray as well.
Good question here, Sheikhna. Do eye drops break the fast?
No.
You can use the eye drops.
I wouldn't
That's
break
fine.
fast, no.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Okay, controversial one here, Sheikhna. Can a Sayyid girl be married to a non-Sayyid family? Okay, before the Sheikh answers this, number one, the Sheikh is going to give the opinion of the Marja, of the Maraja, and what they say. There's no, if you disagree with him, you can disagree with him, that's fine. But I do not want the Sheikh getting death threats or anything like that. And you guys attacking the Sheikh. This is not the Sheikh's opinion. This is the opinion of our Ayatollah who have studied years and years and years of Islamic law. Tafadhal, Sheikhna. A Sayyid girl marrying a non-Sayyid boy.
I think you've mentioned, you gave a good introduction to the question and answer as well. I think always we have to go back to our ulama, to go back to what Muhammad Salamullah have said with this regard. And always use the evidence. Yes, maybe it could be the culture, it could be other reasons that would prevent us. You know, sometimes one might say that we have to increase the sayyids from both sides. They have to be both sayyid, which is good. A good idea to for a lady who is a sayyid from a sayyid family to marry a male from a sayyid family, which is good. You have sayyid from both sides. There's no issue with it. But always, if you want a hukum, you have to go back to the experts with this, and you have to go back to the ulama to see if this is allowed or not allowed. So we have to base it on what the ulama say. Now you can, I mean, if you have a sayyid who asks the hand of your daughter who is a non-sayyid, let's say a sayyid, and you think he's better than the other non-sayyid, why not? Whoever comes, the hadith says, and he has deen and akhlaq,
yes.
khuluq wa deen, morality, ethics, and faith, then marry him.
Sheikhna, we've got a phone call. We'll come back to this. Let's just take the phone call first. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Where are you calling from? And welcome to Ahkam SOS.
Assalamu alaikum.
Dear brother, how are you doing? You okay?
أنا زين الحمد لله.
MashaAllah. You're live on Ahkam SOS. Your question, please, for the Sheikh. تفضل.
السؤال صلاة الليل does it end in the مساك الفجر or صلاة الفجر actually?
Okay, no problem. Any more questions?
No, that's it.
Thank you very much, and feel free to call in later on as well if you'd like to. Shukran. Sheikhna, when does Salatul Layl become qada or finishes?
Salatul Layl begins straight after Salatul Isha. So you can, if you're a student, you got work, you can't wake up or stay awake all night. You can pray the Salatul Layl or Namaz al-Shab, as they say, after Salatul Isha and up to the Fajr time. So it ends by the Adhan al-Fajr. That's the timing of the Salatul Layl.
Sheikh, we were talking about Sayyid girls marrying non-Sayyid men and so forth. And the hukum is, like as you said, from our Maraja, that it is allowed, and if this person is of a better caliber, maybe he's got more taqwa, more deen, more suit and so forth, it's okay. Sheikh, you've come from an Iraqi background, I come from a Pakistani background, and we are very familiar with people saying that our daughters are for our tribesmen only. We are from Fulan tribe and we only give our daughters to tribe members. It's the same in Pakistan. We are from certain families or certain castes and we only give to our caste or higher. Now in Pakistan, the Sadat are considered the most honorable and the highest of the castes. So when they have a daughter, they choose to only give to Sadat. Some believe it is a fiqhi masla as well. And from a fiqhi point of view, it is haram for us to give our daughter to non-Sadat family and so forth. This idea or this cultural tradition, is it valid in Islam? Is it okay to honor this tradition that yes, we only give to our tribesmen only, and we only give to our caste or our equals in society only?
You know, the rulings of the faith and the religion, the aqidah, comes only from Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Kitab Allah wa atrat Ahlul Bayti. Other than that, we reject it. We don't accept it. So if you want to make something wajib, obligatory or compulsory, or something haram, forbidden, to refrain it, then you have to bring evidence. If you want to attach it to the Sharia, sometimes you say this is based on the tribal rulings, so you go with whatever you believe in. We don't have any issue with it. You know, we go back to حكم الله عز وجل. أن الحكم إلا لله. The حكم is by Allah عز وجل, and the one who delegates Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his sunnah, and the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So we have to go back. If we are truly mu'mineen, believe in the hukum of Quran and Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt, we have to go back and take the hukum from them. Other than that, we cannot consider anything against the hukum of Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Right. We don't consider as fiqhi or Islamic ruling.
Right. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Now, recently I bought an apartment. Is it permissible to shift at the apartment during the month of Muharram? Is there any prohibition in shifting at that time?
So what does it exactly?
So a lot of people, especially in the Pakistani community, we do this. When Muharram comes, we tend not to start things. We won't start a business. We won't get married. We won't buy a new car or a new house or something like that. We don't start our journeys in Muharram. We specifically keep it as a month of mourning and a month of focusing on Abu Abdullah Hussein and the gham of the Ahlul Bayt. So the brother here or sister here is asking, I've bought a house, I need to move my things into there, I need to move in, but it's Muharram. Am I okay to move in and shift my things in, or should I wait for at least Ashura to finish and then start taking things across?
What is mentioned is about the day of Ashura specifically, Ashura day. That's the issue, that you have to refrain from, let's say, work, other issues, with dunya, shoppings and so forth.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I became a Muslim last year, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Welcome to the community. I was born as a man, but many years ago transitioned genders and have been living as a woman since that time. I understand that many ulama regard it as invalid and haram. But is it too late for me? But it is too late for me, and physically I appear to be a woman. My question is, when it comes to marriage, do I marry a woman as a man or not at all? Thank you. Very, very difficult situation there, Sheikh.
And difficult to answer, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you, Sheikh. If you want more time for research, we can give you more time.
No, the issue is he needs to go back to one of the offices of the Maraja that he follows, which Marja he follows, and speak to the rep of the Marja himself, representative, and to see what can be done. It's an awkward situation, to be honest.
Indeed. I mean,
that's the best way.
For a lot of those brothers and sisters who are going through that, it is very difficult. Islam has a very strict policy and a stance with these situations. But once you are trying to transition, it's very, unless you haven't had any physical surgery or surgical procedures, it's very hard to come back, and it's very hard to follow what Islam will guide you on, which will probably be that you should stay with the gender that you were born with, and to try and balance your energy and your hormones to carry on living as that gender. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Do Shia religion need... good question here, Sheikhna. Does Shia religion need reforming, like banning bloodletting, chest revealing in front of women, asking help from the Imams alayhi salam, as they are dead and are not omnipresent as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Okay, so let's not try and pick at the details here, Sheikhna. Let's just keep it general. Does our religion need reforming? Do we need to look at things again and say, okay, at this time it was appropriate, now it's not appropriate, we need to change? for example, the Christian religion has changed a lot from its classical laws. Does the Shia faith have to go through something similar?
It depends who's asking this question. Is it a Shi'i or the non-Shi'i? If it's a non-Shi'i, well, we have now debates with the Ahlul Sunnah about their beliefs in the Khilafah. So they have to reform initially from the Khilafah issue first.
Yes.
Because we're trying to demolish the belief in the sanctity of the Sahaba and companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they are all of them just.
Yes.
When most of them committed atrocities and crimes in Battle of Jamal, Nahrawan and Siffin, killed each other. Who killed Ammar ibn Yasir radiyallahu alayhi? الفئة الباغية, the Prophet said, Ammar ستقتلك الفئة الباغية. The corrupt group and side will kill you. And they killed him, and it was Muawiyah's side. So you can see how the Sahaba killed each other. So we're trying to demolish this belief of believing in the sanctity of the Sahaba initially and the Khilafah as well. How could people follow such Khulafa when they were not appointed by Allah Azza wa Jal through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? When the Prophet said that the Khulafa after me are 12, all of them from Quraysh.
Yes.
So, of course, they've usurped the Khilafah, ghasb of the Khilafah, and eventually deprived the Ahlul Bayt, the true leaders and Khulafa, from their position. So initially we have to, we try to revive and to upgrade or even change the aqidah of the other sides to come towards the right path of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Kitab Allah wa Atat Ahl Bayti, not Kitab Allah wa Sahabati. It doesn't exist such a thing at all. So if he's a non-Shia, this is the answer for him. He needs his faith and aqidah needs to be upgraded, and not upgraded, to be ruined, to be honest, to be totally destroyed
and
rebuilt by going back to Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad sallallahu alayhi. Kitabullah wa Atat Ahl Bayti, as mentioned in the Sahih of Muslimin.
What if it's a Shia that's asking for the religion to be reformed?
We have to reform everything in this case. Na'udhu billah. Yeah, because you have the darih, in which is made from silver.
Yeah.
And some of the darih is gold plated, painted with gold. The qubba is golden. Another issue. Wasn't in the time of the Ma'soom alayhi salam. If you say that the bloodletting wasn't in the time of Ma'soom, I would say the same thing. The golden dome or the qubba was not in the time of Ma'soom. The darih that you kiss and you touch, it wasn't.
Even,
things will be.
There's a lot.
Exactly.
There's the alams.
Because you see, you go back to the Holy Quran. وَمَنْ يُعَظَّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ. Sha'air Allah is the main title and subject. The mawdu', you can see it. I mean, by you serving the mu'mineen child, let's say, tea, in the name of Ahlul Bayt, that's a part of the sha'air, for example. To serve niyaz and food, that's part of the sha'air. So people are defining these meanings eventually. Anything that is known to be sha'air is accepted. That glorifies the event and the matter of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Okay. When does a woman become in the state of janaba? Is it when she is with her spouse and she's penetrated, or is it when she reaches sexual climax and ejaculates?
I mean, usually when she is with her partner, spouse, and eventually there's penetration, as you mentioned. But some ulama would mention that also she could get that as a result, even before penetration.
Okay.
Now we're going to go in the details.
Okay, so janaba from there. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is it permissible to use an inhaler to relieve asthma or breathlessness during fasting? The asthma pump that people use during fast, is it allowed?
Ulama say that you're allowed to use it and it wouldn't break your fast.
Okay.
Yes, you can use it.
Fair.
As long as there's no particles like dust going into the throat. That's the issue.
From YouTube, many sisters do not wear the hijab but still fast and pray. Does their amal get accepted?
You see, that's a sin by itself. That requires repentance, tawbah, istighfar, especially in this holy month. It's a good opportunity for the sisters who not observing hijab to
maybe
take this opportunity, inshallah, this month. I mentioned in the first night, Huda lil-nas, this holy month of Ramadan, and the Quran revealed to guide people. It's a good start for the guidance. And Huda lil-nas, people, not just Huda lil-mu'mineen or Muslimin, all people. inshallah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
As-salam.
Does Hajj, or in Hajj, does Allah forgive the major sins?
Inshallah, it's in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal. Indeed, if somebody repents sincerely, regretful, Allah inshallah would forgive. Inna Allah yaghfiru dhunuba jami'a. All the sins, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
As-salam.
Does zodiac signs and astrology have a meaning in Islam? I think there is a science behind astrology and astronomy in Islam to do with the zodiac signs and so forth, but you need an expert, I think, in that field. And there's a book that we get, it's called a Jantri, in Urdu we call it Jantri, that explains this is a good time to get married, this is a good time for, conceiving and so forth.
Inshallah.
So, star signs in Islam, is it okay?
I mean, it depends. Sometimes we go back to these to approve our, let's say, moon sighting and so forth. But of course, there is to do with Islamic, let's say, astrology, and we had ulama in the past centuries who actually were in this experts in this field.
Sheikh, we have a caller on the line, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. You are live in Ahkam SOS.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I am from Baghdad, Kashmir, Pakistan.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. क्या हाल है आपके, ठीक हैं?
Alhamdulillah, आप कैसे हैं सर? ठीक हैं, आप खैरियत से हैं?
Zabardast. Please, in English, for your question for the Sheikh.
Okay, sir, ask to Aga Sahab about my prayer, because me and my family are in very difficult situations. My father has got the heart attack and got stunned, and my mother is also weak. We are 5 brothers in the sadqa of Mullah Panchtan Pak alayhi salam, and my parents put a lot of struggle on us in our education especially. But sir, these days we are very much ill. I am the elder son of my father, and I have no sister, just 4 brothers. But yes sir, diseases like depression, anxiety, and all these spiritual problems are very common in this place. Sir, can you also pray for me and also suggest me what I should recite in prayer? My full name is Muhammad Fasih Hadar. Thank you, sir. Jazakallah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your question. Inshallah, we will pray for you. Inshallah, Mawlad Salamat Rakhet. Inshallah, jo tusi ki hai, inshallah, si to saans zarur dua karsna to saans te tore maape aste sare aste, inshallah, pura khandan aste. Brother, Sheikhna, sorry. For the brother, something he can recite to help him with struggling times, and maybe for everyone that goes through difficulty. We know this in recent years. There's more focus on mental health and how mental health affects people, whether it is work, religion, school, education. Mental health plays a big factor, and it's now recognized and acknowledged. This does affect us as Muslims as well. It affects our prayer, it affects our livelihoods. Some dua, Sheikhna, that they can recite in order for them to, overcome and make things easier, and also, help them through this difficult time.
Yes, indeed. May Allah heal his parents and whoever is in this situation. Inshallah, bihaq hadha al-shahr al-kareem. There's a dua that I would always suggest for the mu'mineen and mu'minat to recite every day. Dua al-amn, dua of security. Almost a page, less than a page. It's Mafatih al-Jinan, and it is after dua al-tawassul, in the beginning of the chapter of the ad'iyah. It begins with this line, Ya man tuhallu bihi uqadul makarif, or the one who would untie the difficulties and anxieties. Great dua. It does miracles if you read it sincerely and every day. And we try to read it every day in Corona time, to be honest. And we saw, mashallah, things ajib wa gharib, as they say.
Fair.
So it plays a big role. So ad'iyah is very important, with sincerity and devotion, and tawassul al-bayt alayhi salam, inshallah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is cutting with knives permissible only for self-harm in the name of the Ahlul Bayt, but not in general sadness or depression? So our youth do not use this thing wrongly. Okay, they are asking in regards to self-flagellation, because self-harm can happen with people suffering from depression and so forth. And then there's self-flagellation in the gham and the sorrow of the Ahlul Bayt. We understand the question here is that, look, in terms of the Ahlul Bayt and stuff and azar, that's fine. But what about those people who are suffering from depression and so forth, and anger, jealousy, sadness, sorrow. Sometimes they'll get a knife and cut their arms or so forth, self-harm. Is that halal according to Islamic?
The problem is these individuals have illness. There's illness which somebody should be next to them, for example, to help them and mentor them and aid them and guide them, because that could lead to loss of limb or disabling of an organ. So that's could lead to a serious harm, which is of course not allowed in Islam. Even for the bloodletting in the Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim, if you ask the ulama, they would say if it leads to loss of limb, cutting someone's hand, for example, or disabling an organ, that would not be allowed. So even for the bloodlettings in the majalis of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, ulama have limits for it. So you can't proceed over that limit. So one should go to Allah Azza wa Jal and ask His support, and also to have somebody next to them to give them support and aid, inshallah. So avoid this act, which could eventually lead to, na'udhu billah, loss of one of the body parts or organs, or even death, la samahallah.
Sheikh, we're going to go to a short break. Join us after the break as we continue our discussion here on Ahkam SOS. If you have a question, now is the best time to send in your question. You can send it via the WhatsApp number below, scan the QR code. Or if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube, just put your questions in the comment section. And inshallah, myself and the Sheikh will discuss after this short break.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars at home.
Is it permissible to plant trees by or
was
over
Islam
the
established based on peace and
Is it
non-violence?
permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim
Is
countries?
there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Yes, you can ask for your Islamic laws copy if you'd like on the WhatsApp number there below. You can just put in your name and your address and ask us for that, and then inshallah we'll send you the book, and you yourself can start answering your own questions rather than calling us. But for those of you who don't have the book, please send in your questions here on the WhatsApp number. You can scan the QR code, or if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube, you can send it in via the comment section. If you want to call in, 0203 515 0199. It's the quickest way to get your question asked, or just call the WhatsApp number there below. Sheikhna, every episode we talk about the invalidators of the fast, the mufattirat and so forth. We mentioned eating, drinking, being intimate with one's spouse, ascribing lies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What are the other mufattirat that we have?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The seventh mufattar that invalidates the fast is to immerse one's head inside the water. So immersing the entire head inside the water, like diving, would break the fast if you're in daytime while fasting, not at nighttime. Because nighttime is free. You can swim, you can dive, but daytime, while fasting, you can't immerse your head. Of course, this is, I can say majority of the ulama would go with this opinion. Some would say it doesn't. So you have to go back. Swimming. I mean, the problem is even it's a bit risky because you might drink water or as a result of diving or through your nose, for example. It's better to avoid it in the daytime because, mashallah, you have now nighttime swimming pools are open.
Yeah, my one's open till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, so especially if they have separate men's hours or women's hours separate, so you won't be mixing with the opposite gender. But anyhow, you have to go back to your marja to see if he would consider immersing the head inside the water would break the fast. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go inside the water up to the, let's say, neck, and the head is outside. That wouldn't break. What breaks is the entire head. So if you just put your head inside the water and you remove it, that will break the fast. So it's to do with the head. and not the body.
Yeah. So okay, so if the whole head is in the water and not the body.
Yeah, that will break the fast. Oh. But if the body is inside the water and the head is outside the water, it wouldn't break the fast.
Fair. Sheikhna, we have a caller on the line, inshallah. We'll be able to get through to them. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are we doing? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, not too bad. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
So my question is, I've heard that unfortunately it's quite sad that there are quite a high number of sexual assault instances that occur during Hajj. So if a woman is assaulted on Hajj, is she allowed to defend herself or does she have to remain quiet? And if she does defend herself, is her Hajj accepted?
Great question. Very good question.
Ahsan.
Any more information you need, Sheikhna?
That's it.
Thank you very much. The Sheikh will answer your question right now. Sheikhna, it happens a lot, not just in Hajj. I have heard sisters complaining and doing, ziyarah and so forth. Men getting close, groping, touching, and so forth like that. It's a very, very dangerous situation. Islamically, we understand this is totally forbidden and not allowed. What are the lengths our sisters can go to protect themselves?
I mean, the advice is always that be in a specific group, especially if there are men. I remember when we went to Hajj, we had sisters in the back or the men in the front. And the sisters had a specific and a VIP ring by the men.
They were protected.
Exactly. Always go with the group that you trust and they can protect you. And I saw this, mashallah, they were protected fully. The men were around in tawaf, and all sisters were in the middle of the ring of the men. So that's the best way and the secured way. So don't go by yourself or with your, let's say, another sister friend, for example, to do the tawaf. Make sure you go with the brothers who are from the same group to protect you, basically. And if anything happens, let's say, as you mentioned, harassment and so forth, the one who does it, he is the one who has the burden of the sins. Allah will punish him on the Day of Judgment unless he repents to Allah Azza wa Jal, and the sister would forgive him somehow.
Can the sister protect herself? Can she scream and shout? Can she
try
and get the attention of the security?
It's some kind of defense, yeah. Self-defense.
Can she slap him?
No, you can't touch. Skin-to-skin touch, for example. Yeah. Maybe you can push him in somehow without touching the skin, for example.
I see.
Yeah, that's forbidden. Skin-to-skin touch is forbidden. Yeah, but yeah, she can ask help. I mean, there are, mashallah, everyone around. Brothers, sisters around. So, but make sure you go with a group of brothers. From the group that you go with. Don't go alone.
They'll take care.
Or with a friend or sister. So go with some men to protect you, especially if you have a brother, father, I don't know. Husband and so forth.
Okay.
Inshallah.
I think we have another caller on the line. Inshallah, we'll be able to get through. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Are you there? Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, something's ringing. I think they hanged up. Okay. I think they hanged up. Call back if we can. Oh, there's someone there. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Kareem.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Fantastic.
I have a question.
Please, for the
Salam Sayyidina, Salam Sheikhna. Basically, my question is, if I go to Karbala during the time of, for example, Muharram, or it's during a period of Azadari, is it permissible for me to, go out to the restaurant, go to the park, say, I'm on holiday there for the 2 weeks of Muharram, and I want to, go to the restaurant.
Okay, so you're talking about socializing and recreational activities.
Socializing, basically, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Any more information you need?
That's fine, inshallah.
Thank you very much, brother, and enjoy your Ramadan. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Sheikhna, going for ziyarah, and this happens a lot. We go for ziyarah, it is a time of crying and mourning. Going in Muharram, we go to ziyarah, we go to majalis and so forth. But sometimes we go to nice restaurants. We might go to a dessert parlor. We might go to a park for a nice walk and so forth. We do a little bit of socializing, we do a little bit of recreational activities. Is this makruh? Is this haram? Is it okay? Is this mustahab?
I mean, what is important that you don't show joyfulness and like celebration, like a party, for example. Like let's say you want to do a birthday party inside the restaurant with your, let's say. So don't show that celebration and joyful scenes in that place. Yes, you can go to the shopping, you can go to the restaurants. I've said that the exceptions of the day of Ashura. Other than that, maybe day of Arba'in, respecting the Ziyarah day, for example. But in overall, to be able to go to the parks, that's fine. What is important that you don't show, like weddings, for example. You don't hold weddings in these 2 months with claps, and so comes with it, joyful scenes.
I heard that.
Yeah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I'm not sure if it's Jummah prayers or Jama'ah prayers, but in prison, are they valid?
If you have the right person to pray behind Adil, yes, you can have the Jum'ah and Jama'ah as well, prayer.
In prison?
Yeah, if the conditions meet, then that's fine.
Inshallah, there are some Adil people in prison. Inshallah, I'm not here to judge. We all make mistakes, and sometimes innocent people are in there also. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. If while cooking someone tastes the food, they're making an absent-mindedly or accidentally swallows it, is their fast invalidated?
To taste the food is fine, but they should make sure that it doesn't reach the throat.
Or if accidentally they swallow it?
Accidentally is fine.
Okay.
If they know from first place that it wouldn't go inside and suddenly want it, that's fine. But if you know that's going to go inside, then that's a problem. So unintentional, accidental, that should be fine.
Also, Sheikhna, from from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I understand we should recite salawat and also ask Allah by love of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Ahlul Bayt, but is it wrong to feel uncomfortable asking Imam Ali for children and rizq? Why would it feel uncomfortable? I don't know, but Sheikhna, please.
I mean, the best source is to read Ziyarat al-Jami'ah. And you see the jewel and the maqam of Ahlul Bayt in this great ziyarah. If Imam Ali alayhi salam, according to the Shia, and I think even non-Shia, they have some narration with this regard, that Imam Ali alayhi salam would be on the Day of Judgment, qasimu jannati wal nar, the divider between the hell and the fire.
Yes.
So he would say to the mu'min, go to the paradise, and to the kafir or to the munafiq, go to hell, to hellfire. Do you have something greater than this position in Qiyamah, for example, or in dunya, for example? What is hajj? What is children and money? You ask the Imam Salamullah. Imam is beyond, and he is greater than this position of asking hajat dunyawiyya. He is dividing people on the Day of Judgment, that Allah gives him this power and strength to divide people between the haqq and the batil. The haqq goes to paradise, batil goes to the hellfire. As he gives to Angel Jabra'il to reveal the Quran and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as he gives the power and the ability for Malakul Maut, Azrael, to take the soul of the mu'mineen and even kuffar, and to basically take their soul out and die. Allah, He can, if we believe in Allah ability, qudra, then we accept this as well. That Allah can give Ali alayhi salam this power, ability to give you children, money, pay your debts, and so forth. Because that's bi'idhnillah as well. Like Isa alayhi salam, as I've said many times. Uhid mawta bi'idhnillah. I would heal leopard bi'idhnillah. Kulla bi'idhnillah. Without bi'idhnillah, it doesn't work. Because Ali alayhi salam is Abdullah wa akhu Rasulih. So the Abdullah always goes to Allah Azza wa Jal. He gets the power from Allah Azza wa Jal. If you say mustaqil, independent from Allah, that's astaghfirullah, like shirk. But he is linked to Allah Azza wa Jal as a vicegerent of Rasulullah, as ulul amr, as imam, as khalifa from Allah Azza wa Jal.
Sheikh, we've got about 3 minutes left and I've got a lot of questions, so quickly let's go through as many as we can. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. These long answers. Here we go. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What is your opinion regarding istikhara before marriage? Is it compulsory?
In terms of the istikhara, if you're in indecision or unsure, uncertainty when it comes to choosing the right person, then you go for the istikhara, which is fine. You can do so, just to make sure that you get the right person, for example. If you have no certainty, for example.
I think if you're unsure, then get rid of them. Find someone you're sure about. Sheikhna from YouTube, can we listen to Latimiyat while in the shower?
Yes, you can.
Salam Sheikhna, can we say Ramadan Kareem or should we say Shahr Ramadan Kareem?
Of course, the narration says Shahr. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. So Quran is very clear. It didn't start with Ramadan الذي أنزل شهر رمضان because it's mentioned that Ramadan is one of the names of Allah Azza wa Jal.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum Sheikhna. Nowruz Mubarak. I have a question. Are we allowed to use vibrating ring or vibrators to help pleasure our partners? Sheikhna, using tools or toys intimately with your partner, is this acceptable in Islam?
Other than the spouse, you cannot use anything else to arouse your lust. It has to be the other side. And for both, sides.
The body of your spouse.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to use any other tools or instruments.
That would arouse the lust and temptation. Yeah.
Fair. I think we've got time for one more question. And I will go for this one. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What is your advice to an atheist looking to get back to his deen?
I mean, interestingly, everything you see today has a maker. From, the matches, from whatever you see around, cables, the mobile phone, the most simplest things that you use every day. Needle, a small needle, has a creator, a maker, and that's a company which made it. So this gigantic universe has no maker.
Yeah.
No creator, it's impossible.
I think the question was more on, he was an atheist, now he wants to come back to the religion. Any advice for that person?
Just come back, say the shahadatain.
Yeah, I think it's not to worry too much about what people are going to think of you. Only worry about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how He sees you and how He has welcomed you back and so forth. And inshallah, your niyyah is the most important thing. That's all we have time for, Sheikh. Thank you for all the viewers for joining us on this episode. If I didn't answer your question, I do apologize. Inshallah, we'll roll them over tomorrow or ask tomorrow here, 8:30 p.m. on Imam Hussein TV3. The producer's telling me to get off now, so take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I'll make sure there's a survey at the bottom there, www.imamhussein3.tv/survey. We really, really value your opinion. If you guys could take some time out just to answer a few questions to help production and content here in this channel, inshallah, and help us progress and go forward to give you a better viewership, inshallah. So just type that into your internet and inshallah take the survey and help us become a better channel, inshallah. Inshallah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The holy month of Ramadan has commenced, and Imam Hussein TV is committed to providing its cherished viewers with a diverse array of high-quality educational content and special live broadcasts from the sacred land of Karbala. Among our primary broadcasts from this holy land is the live recitation of Quran directly from the holy shrine of Abu Abdullah Hussein alayhi salam, offering your home a beautiful ambience of spirituality from the holy land of Karbala. In appreciation of the sponsorship for this particular live broadcast, we have curated 3 exclusive gifts of gratitude for our esteemed donors. The bronze package includes water from the holy grave of Mawla Abul Fadl Abbas alayhi salam, the original turba or khaki shifa, and a piece of marble from the holy shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The silver package includes all items in the bronze package along with a piece of carpet from around the holy dariha of Abul Fadl Abbas salawatullah alayhi. The golden package comprises all items from the silver package plus a holy flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam blessed on the holy dome and dariha of Imam. To reserve your preferred package and sponsor the broadcast of Imam Hussein TV, kindly contact our Karbala office via WhatsApp using the number displayed on your screen.